side or whatever. So
It's your
prepare your bodies for that. And please make some noise for Jeremy Plum.
Let's get weird. All right. I need to stop having panic attacks at Walmart. I'm just walking up and down the aisles crying. They think I work there. I have panic attacks because I have OCD, and I don't like saying that I have OCD because when I say that, the audience has a very specific image about what that means. They think that I obsess about even numbers, or I'm a germaphobe, or I host Deal or No Deal. And that's not it. For me, I think I'm a bad person or I'm upsetting people, so I apologize a lot and do good deeds so I can feel some sort of sense of reconciliation. So I grew up Catholic. I grew up Catholic because I wanted to devote my body and my soul to a higher power that had the answers that I didn't have, which is just a fancy city talk way of saying I cried when I jacked off till I was 27. I'm 28 now. Now we just tear up. Call it holy water. I used to live next to a church and it was okay. It was a little weird when I got older. Got to the point where everyone else was calling him father and I was calling him daddy. That's when I left the church. Still get messages from my priest to come back, but it's just basic stuff like, hey, you up? This is my body and I give it up for you. He is risen. I thirst. Anyways, if you guys couldn't tell by all that or by this, I go to therapy. Because what's the point of childhood trauma if you can't relive it? Am I right, Down Under? That would work. But like I had mentioned to my therapist that I grew up Catholic, and she interrupted me and goes, oh, that explains the guilt. Like, you can't sum me up in a sentence and still charge me full price, you know? I'm glad you guys laughed a little bit. That joke cost $200 a week. So, I do try and take care of myself. I wake up with a goal. I think everyone should. My goal is I want to be like my idols before me. I want to be like Richard Pryor or George Carlin or even Robin Williams. Dead. Wish I was dead. Anyways, that's actually the first joke I ever wrote. I was doing it at a place called Shark Club Lounge, if any of you remember that. Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing this for a while. Too long I've been doing this for no tips tonight. I just wanted. Oh, you guys looking for the kitten? Oh, yeah. Fucking collection plate. Anyways. But I was doing that at Shark Club Lounge. Guy stands up in the back and says, hey, man, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, so have at it. It's my first suicide recommendation after a joke, and I was pissed. Because I already ran that joke by family and friends, and they weren't nearly as supportive as that guy was. I do know I get a lot of my anxiety from my mom. I remember when I would scrape my knee, she would run up to me and was like, hey, you better wash that out or it's gonna get infected, you're gonna get sick, and then you'll never see mom or dad again. I didn't wash my knee out, and a year later my dad left us, so she was half right. But I've been more confident lately. Like, I had a conversation with my boss, and I told him I'm getting a car. And his response was, new or used? Like, you pay me! You know what it's gonna be! New or used. Stolen, that's what it's gonna be! I now ride a 2021 Metro Transit. Terrible gas mileage, but it can seat a lot. My name is Jeremy Plum. It's not a stage name or anything, and because of that, I've gotten a lot of weird nicknames over the years. You know, I've been called Plumberry by my coworkers, J-Dog by my college roommate, and Irreconcilable Differences by my parents' divorce lawyer. My daddy actually has a special nickname for me. He calls me Casper the Friendly Ghost because I'm pale, I have a big head, and I'm dead to him.
That one hurt.
I know. Do you remember the therapy joke from earlier? They're not unrelated. Like, it's kind of lead in. Jesus. If you guys couldn't tell earlier in the set, I did grow up Catholic. I was very Catholic. I was so Catholic that even though I hated kids, I was still a substitute religious ed teacher. Because if the Catholics were known for anything, it wasn't background checks.
Oh, shit.
If they did a background check, I'd be a terrible fit. You know, I'm bi and I have daddy issues. Which means I don't know what to feel when father doesn't come.
And that's it.
I do have an OnlyFans, which means I have one person that likes my jokes. There they are. My girlfriend hates that joke. She thinks the number should be lower.
Why?
Because it was a bit. Because I went, this is a funny line, and if I say it to strangers, maybe they'll laugh, and that's why. I'm what we call a Midwest lay, which means I'm not very pretty, but I have Husker tickets. I've never found love in a hopeless place, but I did have sex in Indiana, so that counts. I really hope that joke goes well for me in Indiana, which means I'm banned from the state. I've been fortunate enough to travel with this thing. Weird, I know. And when I say I'm from the Midwest, they picture like rural Midwest, you know, like small towns, you know? They think of like corn or like tiny cities and overt racism. But I'm like big city Midwest, you know? We have like skyscrapers and public transit and systemic racism. You know, it's different. Like, I know every Ford joke to tell to Chevy owners, and I know every Chevy joke to tell to Ford owners, but I don't know what oil goes in my car. Like, yeah, we have more than one school, but only one that's up to date. Yeah, that's fair. I've been doing comedy for 7 years now. But like I said, I date myself. I'm way too old for this. But I think my least favorite part about comedy, besides bombing on that last joke, my least favorite part about comedy is back at...
Take your time. Right.
I did. It's negative. It's just bullshit. My least favorite part about comedy is back into compliments. You normally get them after an open mic, and they're things like, "Hey man, I thought it was brave you just went on stage."
Oh, damn.
You know, I actually thought you were funny. Or I guess at the end of the day, you're still my son. You know, things that sound nice but are really mean, Dad. The worst that's ever been, I was doing a show and I thought I was killing it, like Tonight But Not. And I get off stage and a guy runs up to me and says, "Hey man, this bar is great. Do you know any of the real comedians?" That hurt. Not as much as the no I said immediately after. But the best way, I think, to experience a state when you're driving through is turn on the local radio station. Like, forget playlist, forget all that. Local radio stations, that's how you feel the true state. I was in Michigan and heard the best radio station ever. It was 102.5. And it was great because it was clearly some guy's iPod on shuffle. The lineup was What If God Is One of Us, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and Come On Eileen. The DJ didn't give a shit either. He just turned on his mic and said, "All right, that was your 3 o'clock rock block. That was Boulevard of Broken Dreams, followed by Come On Eileen. A lot of good memories with that one." Ugh. Anyway, here's Rod Stewart. What the fuck was that? What type of memory is that, and what did you do to Eileen to get them? I stayed in Michigan for another hour, which is asking a lot. Just to listen to what other bullshit he had left to say. Alright guys, for your 4 o'clock rock block, we have Gangster's Paradise followed by Beethoven's Second. And a special treat for you guys, we have political pundit Rush Limbaugh as he breathes into a microphone and achieves his final orgasm. A lot of good memories with that.